Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're into a whole new year, 2021, and I'm wishing you all prosperity, love, joy, and may all your wishes come true this year. Okay, I am going to start by lighting my Mary Magdalene candle here, which I love. Bring in her energies for the new year, along with Joshua or Jesus. Okay, so we have this going. I just looked and my door's open over here, so I'm just going to shut the door and I'll be right back. Oh, can't you just breathe easier? Breathe easier having it be a new year. It's so exciting. So I'm going to start by putting on my little joy oil, or my hummingbird oil. Bring in some joy over the old heart. And it's really important when you are doing your oils. I know many of you are into oils now. As you are doing the oils, really allow yourself to breathe it in. I like to breathe it in so it hits that limbic part of the brain and everything. And then it's like we're setting our intention and we're putting it around us and just letting it flow. You might decide you want to put it on your wrists and just breathe it in and then do this, whatever it is that you'd like to do with your oils or sprays. So here we are. And many of you have purchased my yearly audio on what was happening for 2021. And if you didn't get a chance to and you want to, it's kind of my give back to all of you. So I only charge $25 for it, and it's an hour long with everything from numerology of the year to the Chinese New Year to the energy themes to the astrological themes to the human design themes and to everything else that's going on this year that we could possibly fit in there. So this is a super powerful year. It doesn't mean that, here we are again and everything is just fresh and new and, no more challenges this year. It's like, no, we're supposed to be looking at last year and really looking at, where you were in the beginning of the year and where you are now. And hopefully some things have changed for you in a positive way where you've either reevaluated your life or have been looking at things differently, and you can then look forward to what you want to create this year. I believe that a major theme is going with the flow and learning how to change things at a moment's notice. So I'm a planner. Being a Virgo, I'm a planner, and I have to get everything written out and for the year, and this is what I'm going to accomplish. Even if it doesn't happen, I have to write it down. It's just like this habit for me. And where before we would plan it, we would take action steps and make it happen. I believe as a coach, as I'm looking at this new year, this is going to be one of those years that, well, this is definitely what I want to create. And then trying to put it out in the world and also looking for the right timing around things, because everything is around timing. So we're really looking at, is this the right timing for things? And if not, no big deal. I'll just shift in the chair and what does want to happen right now. So just being in a place where you can allow yourself to redefine who you are and how you do things and the timing of when you want to do it, how you want to do it, all of that. So we are definitely in a place of trying to reinvent and trying to relearn and trying to let go of what we thought we believed in before and how we can shift and be better aligned with the new energies coming in this year. So we had one powerful of an end to December with from the 12 through 12/21 and beyond, all the light pouring on the planet, all the celebrations about the 2021 and the redo that we got to do over, and just being aware of how our thoughts and our words and our energies and our choices all play out. There's no more not thinking about it. Everything is right here, and it's saying, if you're in the wrong line, get over here and go this way. And for January and February, we are going to be in a place that there's still going to be a lot going on. And because of that, being in that place, you're going to have people that are, I'm totally okay with the way things have been. And you're going to have a lot of people that are dissatisfied with the way things have been and wanting to make a change in terms of humanity and caring about everyone and everything and looking at everything as being alive. And that's what this year starts to usher in. We have a cleansing of the old and really restructuring all our systems and coming into a place of alignment with where we need to go. So with that said, I'm going to start this a little bit differently. I'm going to first start by asking, what is this year really about and what we need to be aware of, and then I'll do for this week. So I think I'm going to just pick a different deck than what I was going to use. Just give me a sec. Okay. So the first thing I'm asking is, give me 3 cards on the gifts of this new year in 2021. What are the gifts that are waiting for us this year? Gifts of 2021. Okay, so let's see what Spirit wants to tell us. Oh, moving on. Isn't that the case? So we have a card of moving on, and of course, I'm sure all of you will agree that the moving on card is really about, let's leave 2020 behind us with all the traumas and dramas and change and all of that. Let's leave that behind us so we can move forward. The next card is rest and rejuvenation. And it's interesting because I feel like one of the key words of this year is about nurturing ourselves. So when we get rest and rejuvenation, to me it says we're moving on, but the effects of this that has affected so many people on so many levels will be coming up this year. We'll be seeing a lot of people with trauma that need to heal from the past. And I believe they're saying, okay, you have no idea the effects that this has brought to each and every one of us. Even people, you may be somebody who's lost a loved one and the effects of that. And for that, I'm really sorry. Or you might have lost a job or whatever. Or you may be somebody that is sensitive to energy and have felt everything that was happening in 2020 and that we need to take care of ourselves. But the last card is new beginnings. Isn't that appropriate? So we have moving on, rest and rejuvenate, and new beginnings. So if we're going to have new beginnings, which I believe we are, the age of Aquarius after all, in order for us to have new beginnings, we have to regroup and let go of the past and move on. And this says it perfectly. And I love this card because, here's a goddess traveler that's on the whole world with her walking stick and traveling light. And isn't it easy? Isn't it interesting? This is a 0 on the top. And the 0 is both Saturn and Jupiter, the 2 planets that have had this major conjunction. Both were at 0 degrees Aquarius. So boy, this is accurate. It's saying that new beginnings as we enter into the age of Aquarius, and, you know, lots to look forward to. So because I am who I am, I have to ask, what are the challenges of this year? So let me just see, what are the challenges for all of us for 2021? What are the challenges? Okay, makes sense again. First card is Triumph. Whoops. Triumph. So we have this card of somebody on a horse moving. And I think if we're looking at this as a challenge, what I would say is people that think that once we're in 2021, we're home free, and we're not. This is a transition that's going to really be over the next 3 to 5 years as well. So we can't think that, oh, all these challenges are done. They're not. They're not. So they might come disguised in good words or good wishes or things that look wonderful. And then we find out, oh, okay, we're disappointed again. So remember not to celebrate the triumph quite as quickly. The next card I love, Prosperity Begins. The hands, really both planting the tree, seeing the roots and the bulb of the tree that go way down, prosperity. And I think that's what we have to look at in a couple ways. Where is our true prosperity? We learned a lot this year that if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. So this is really about true prosperity and where we're going and reevaluating what's important to us. And also, what can we salvage and turn around? You know, a friend of mine years and years ago, 20, 30 years ago, would always talk about, you know, the mulch garden where you throw everything in and then you use that soil again to grow beautiful vegetables. And so it's kind of like, what can we take out of this last year and replant and have something really good come out of that? So I love the Prosperity Begins. And the last one is mental conflicts. So there's a challenge for this year. Really being in a place where we don't let our mind control us. Because if we look at our mind is the ego, a lot of it. And it's going to bring up all our fears, all our worries, the what ifs, all of that. And this is the year of going into the heart light, the heart space. And so we can't be in two places at once. So we're not denying what may be going on in the world out there. But what we do have to know is that we can change it one vibration at a time and to be in our heart light and not let the mind, you know, there's a lot that could happen. It could go in many different ways, and we don't want to let the mind scare us or, you know, make us frightened about what is. The earth is going to go on. We're going to go on. It's just we have to learn to do things differently. So that's what this is about. Boy, very, very accurate. I don't know why I'm surprised. So I'm going to give one more card for the year. What is this year all about for us? Oh, mental conflict. So there you go. All right. So we're going to go into this week, this first Sunday of the new year. I steamed my thumb from something that really was steaming hot, and man, it hurts. So I can't really shuffle. I'm just trying to pick through these. So the first one is Moonology. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. Yes, they are. And Like I said, January and February especially. So let's see what the supermoon has to say. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is large like the silvery full moon set against the velvet night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. The card is about being larger than life, being special, and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. Success is close. I just must trust. So there you are. So this week, this is when people are usually starting to make their goals or their vision for the new year. Dream big. You just might have to adjust a little with the energies of the year, but they're telling you to dream big. Whoops. First week. Big picture thinking. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Look at that. It looks like something out of Atlantis. So let's see. Big picture thinking. The Pleiades are our cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and change the future. You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a new vision for humanity. Isn't that exactly where we're at? You're likely a natural big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future, here to birth a new age and dream a new world into being. The future will be woven by dream makers like you, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the planet. The world needs more artists, more dreamers, more inventors, and visionary thinkers. And that's all the Aquarian energy, especially the inventors. Perhaps you've had an idea recently that you're being called to usher in. If so, this card is your confirmation that you are divinely guided. The Pleiades support us in this important stage in Earth's development. They want us to know that the decisions we make today will affect the well-being of our planet and its species. They're calling on you to be a leader for the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible, to trust that vision and follow it through with daily action, to dream a new world into being, to hold your mind open and try not to worry about what others think. For it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before it's a reality. The Starseed Soul Inquiry, or how are you being called to step up and lead? What new ideas or creations are you being called to pursue? Love that. You should be writing about that. Awesome time. Initiation by water. That's a beautiful card. The artwork is beautiful in this deck, Lightworker's Oracle. We've got the Christ light pouring out of his chest. We got the water pouring out of his hands and down through the crown, and beautiful angel wings standing in water. And we got Benny over here, but you can only see a little bit of him. He's out of sight right now. Your spiritual path this lifetime involves you becoming a clear channel for spirit. You are meant to communicate with higher guidance from the loving spiritual worlds. Your initiation by water will further your receiving channels, dislodge lower vibrational materials, and sensitize you to the subtle realms of light. You are being open to a world of which you may only have dreamed about, such as its beauty, grace, and love. Situations have been arising in your world that evoke emotional reactions and challenges your opinions and beliefs. You may not feel in control. You may feel like your world, your new emotions have become like a stormy sea in which you're tossed about, and you are doing your best not to drown in the chaos. Yet you are not to fear it. It is stirring that which has been held within so it can be released. The storm will pass, and the waters of your emotion shall become more serene. You could compare the process to a glass of water with muddy sediment at the bottom. The water appears clear as the mud is left to lie. Yet once the water gets stirred up, the mud rises. Then it can be filtered out, and the water will be clearer than ever before. The turbulence was a step that led to greater clarity. The water in the glass are comparable, the waters in the glass are comparable to your emotional water, and the fixed opinions, beliefs, or long-held emotional patterns based on unresolved past pain. They are the sediment at the bottom of the glass. Hold the glass up to the light. Can the light shine through the sediment? No. But it can be seen through the clear water. Remove the sediment and the water will be clear enough to allow the light to shine through. Isn't that nice? So my feeling on this is that all the emotional stuff from the past life, past in this life, all of it has to clear out, because we cannot take these old emotions with us and try to be present for what is in the age of Aquarius. We can't do it. Invocation. I choose to lovingly, gratefully, and kindly let go of which I no longer need to hold on to emotionally. Forgiveness is easy for me. I forgive myself and all others for human mistakes. I choose to honor a mistake as a chance to learn and an opportunity from the divine to grow more loving. I ask for protection, assistance, merciful grace, and tender compassion to bless me through the initiation, so that I may thrive in joy. May all those who are divinely destined to become clear channels for spiritual love be supported by unconditional loving thoughts. And that they can assist them so successfully to move through initiations and shine the light of spirit through their hearts for the benefit of all sentient beings. So it is. That's fabulous. Love it. Wake up call. Listen and take note. It's interesting that she's blowing through a shell, a conch shell. And that is really interesting because sound. She's heralding the call out. And I feel like this is the angels trying to get through to us in frequency and vibration. And I feel like the age of Aquarius is going to be all about sound, sound healing, all of that. Anything that goes over the waves. You know how the sign in astrology, the sign of Aquarius is like the waves, two waves. It's what can be heard over the airwaves. It's communication. It's frequency. It's sound frequency. So this one is very interesting. Card number 11 links to the planet Pluto and rebirth. It also relates to 1111 coded wake-up call programming to make us sit up and take notice of spirit. Boy, I don't know why I'm surprised, but every time it's like, are you kidding me? This is so accurate, especially for the year. It is a time to step into the deepest trust and heed the clarion call of the mighty Archangel Metatron. This call cannot be drowned out by fear or denial of that which is before you now. It is time to step into the deepest trust and heed the wake-up call, which may be spiritual in nature or affecting something very physical around you now. You have been aware for some time that something needed to change. Something is coming, or that a situation can no longer carry on the way it is. Your inner voice may have whispered, but Metatron now shouts the warning message loudly for all to hear. You may experience ringing in your ears, popping of energy, or an unblocking of one or both ears as you hear Metatron calling you. You may also see numbers, especially 1111, which is prompting you to see things in a new way, but also to let you know that Metatron is with you. He does so with love and urgency, and as a warning that to carry on recklessly, not heeding the advice and guidance, carries consequences. And that if this calling is ignored, your path will no longer be in alignment with your soul's true calling. This call may be set against a backdrop of challenges. You may feel the lightning strikes around you, wondering how long you can stay out in the storm without getting more wounded than you already are. You have wounds that are raw from having stayed too long, tried too much and reached a dead end. It is time for a different approach. There is nowhere to go now except into surrender. And I just want to stop and interrupt for a moment, because what this brings to me is, in the past era, it's all been about the mind. We've tried to change things through the mind, and now it's about the heart. Archangel Metatron comes not to bring chaos or pain into your world, but to correct imbalances, bring you back to yourself, and open new doors where old ones have been closed. If that isn't the truth, right? You can ignore the call, carry on as before, but he will come back, and each time the call for change will be louder and more insistent. I think we got that from this year, when the people had their voice and they've spoken. Metatron never gives up on you, never abandons you, and always has your best interest at heart, as well as everyone else concerned in this situation. The wake-up call signals that one way of life is now over. You need to prepare for the new, and it will be done for the highest good for you and everyone involved. What seems difficult and at times impossible will be made easier for you. There is still a short time to prepare, evaluate, to gather your strength, but the winds of change are here and time is running out. Metatron reaches out his arms to help carry with grace to the next stage of your journey. As the call by you is heeded, the skies lighten, the golden rays come back to you, and the light pierces the darkness to revel in a new vision, a new life, a new possibility. Wake-up calls can be both individual, affecting your own day-to-day life, and collective, entwined with raising global consciousness. Well, we know this is both, right? We're in that phase. So just to recap, awesome year for change and reinventing yourselves. This is the time to write your vision this coming week. Really get clear on your vision and the things you think you want to move on, and make it big. Don't be afraid to have big picture thinking, and then letting go of any trauma or emotions that we're still holding on to out of habit or fear, and then knowing that we're in a wake-up call right now, and it's almost like we've gone past the point of no return. So we've got to see this through. And may I remind you, that's what we all signed up for. We would not be alive at this time. We would have checked out if we weren't supposed to be here. So here we are, hopefully making a difference, one step at a time, 1 week at a time. And this week, make it a good one. I thank you so much.